Welcome, everyone. That is just not working. Sorry, we had like a mini catastrophe as we got started here this evening. The internet went out, and I've got some new lights in here that we're trying to get used to. So
it's making us look green.
Yes.
Our hair is not green. We did not dye our hair green.
I promise. We just haven't had time to play with the new lights that are up here. So Peachy, like last week, can't trip them and knock them over midstream. But I haven't played with them yet. We're trying to figure it out.
Happy Thursday. Almost Friday.
Happy Thursday, almost Friday. Whoop, whoop. So, welcome in. Yeah. So what are we talking about today here before we get started, of course?
We're going to talk about basically the breakdown of cruise fares. What is a base fare? What's included in the base fare? Maybe some of the categories and hidden fees. We're just going to discuss, which I don't think gets discussed quite a bit. I don't know, just how to calculate cruise fares.
Yeah, basically, you've got the hidden fees. So what you see, especially in those ads that you get in the emails, aren't necessarily that final price. But before we get started, let's welcome in those that are here in the chat. Now, officially, the first person up, but it didn't capture it in the studio here, was Michael Adventures. So thank you for coming in, Michael. Michael and I have been doing a little help here with one another on playlists. So thank you so much.
Where's Michael from? Or do you remember?
I want to say up northeast, and I'm sorry, Michael.
No, his channel.
Yeah, Michael's Adventures. So he's.
Oh, okay.
He has the trail cams with the raccoons and stuff like that. And he also has some bird cams.
You were telling me about that. Okay.
So welcome in. And then next up in the chat is
Brooklyn in the house. Speed Demon.
Brooklyn in the house.
The Speed Demon that likes to run over tables.
Yeah. The Speed Demon, the one who thinks that he's going to win in the Booze Cruise 4.0 on go-karts.
Well, we'll see.
Next up, we have Jaden. Welcome in, Jaden. We appreciate it.
Hello there.
And, of course, you got Danny. And I should have done that for Eddie, too. Sorry, Eddie. I forgot to give you hearts. Members get hearts, although I don't have the camera that does hearts. So, welcome in, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
And I see, the weird thing is I see Kevin from Tuber Chat in my YouTube screen, but I don't see in my restream thing. So welcome in, Kevin. Thank you so much.
We do like fun and games. That was loud.
That was loud.
Are you awake now, people?
I am. So, welcome in, Barry. Cruising complete.
Hello.
I'm making him do all the work tonight.
Yeah, I can see that. And then we got another member in here. Travel with Josie Ann. Welcome in.
Hello.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And then supposedly I punked Eddie with my post on Facebook about on my 47th day and.
Oh, I just read that for 5 minutes ago. Like most people, I work all day. I don't get on Facebook until I get home.
Yeah. It was actually only 40 minutes from the moment I got in to the moment I left with my new driver's license. So
yeah, I gotta go do that.
We're all good. But luckily here in Florida, you only have to do it once every 8 years. So, and I could have renewed it online, but I wanted a new picture. So
to have your beard in there.
I wanted to have my beard in there. So I went in. That was a mistake. I should have just kept my old picture. All right. Who else do we have in here? Whoa. Wait. Does Barry have 1,000 now? Well, congrats, Barry.
Oh, members?
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, don't we have a cheer button?
We do somewhere.
Well, we'll just do. Oh, there we go.
That is awesome. And then welcome in DJ. Welcome in.
Hello.
DJ's also been helping with some watch hours here. Scotty J! Whoop, whoop, whoop!
Scotty J!
Welcome in, Scotty.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
My hair is so
Or
green
for you,
looking.
Scotty, I should say, good evening, my friend. With my fake Scottish, Italian accent, French accent, whatever this is.
I don't like my hair looking green.
I'm sorry, we'll have to work on that later. And welcome in, some dude. Welcome in. I appreciate it. I've seen you in here a
Welcome
couple
to
of
the
times.
party, pal.
So thank you.
It's loud, babe. It's loud.
Well, you're just going to have to get over it.
Oh my gosh.
And we have some dude on a cruise. So I don't know if that's the same channel or two different channels, but welcome in.
Some dude on a cruise and some dude what?
Hello.
And some dude 1707.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, there's his answer right there. He did have to switch to his cruise account.
Oh, okay.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, that's hilarious, Kevin. He said he's banned from Restream for the comment he made about Mel coaching from the sideline the other day.
What?
Yeah, when you were yelling through the room, Kevin was watching
Oh,
the thing I was doing with Eddie and Sherman.
sorry. Sometimes I got to put my 2 cents in, and at least I'm dressed this time. I have jammies on last time.
Yep. Welcome in, Angie. Welcome in.
Hello there.
Float your boat.
And we got Scratch and Pete's in here. Welcome
Welcome
in.
to the party, pal.
And I think we're finally caught up. Woo! That was a
That's
lot. Thank you all for coming in tonight. We appreciate it. Okay. So let's talk about that.
Oh, wait. A little bit more housekeeping. Sorry. 1 week from today, we're doing Ryan's virtual birthday party. So make sure you tune in to watch this special show because it's going to be run by me.
Yeah, Mel's doing everything. I have no idea. All I can tell you is there's some sort of video that she's been working on for like months because every time I come in here, she's like, don't go into the top secret folder or don't look at the top secret project on my computer. I'm like, okay. And then she was like talking yesterday, I might have to show you because I need your technical expertise to get the video uploaded. So I might have to let you see it. I'm like, wait, what do you need? So she's got some sort of video that she's going to play for everyone next week. But yes.
We're going to do cake and ice cream too. And we're going to sing happy birthday and have a good time.
Yep. So, yeah, next week. My birthday's technically on February 11th, but yes, we're going to celebrate it next Thursday during our live show. I turned the big 50.
Yep, half a century.
So, and I'm sure what we could do as well is, you know what, we could probably throw a link out there in some of the chats we're in that if someone wants to come up to say happy birthday or something like that, they can do that.
Yes, they could.
So, so anyway, so next week is the virtual birthday party.
Yep.
Be there or be square.
Be there and watch Ryan turn the big 5-0.
I am hurt, Eddie. I'm hurt.
Nobody cares.
Danny's saying I'm not telling you. So, and yeah, DJ said he's gonna be doing stuff on his very soon.
I actually got the inspiration from Danny, so
so that's why she knows.
she knows because she knows.
Oh, cool. Hey, welcome in, Scott.
Scott, the man,
Hey, Scott.
the legend.
He was
So-
the reason I was laughing the other day too.
Oh,
All right. Anyway,
okay.
we can start now.
So we can start now. So yes, that'll be next week. All right. So cruise fare. What we mean by hidden cruise costs.
Well, I thought we start with the basic.
All right. Start with the basic.
So when you see an advertised price for, let's say, for a cruise, let's just say, I don't know, $400, $399. We'll just say $399 because everything's like $399.
Right.
So $399. What is that price actually? What room can you get on the ship? That's where I would start because a lot of people don't know that that price that they show you
Mm-hmm.
is basically a guarantee because you don't pick your room,
Yep.
and it's usually not in an ideal or a what's the word I'm looking for, a prominent or a coveted area of the ship.
Yes.
Yes. So they're basically going to just throw you wherever they can. You don't get to pick your room or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I believe it's starting to include the port taxes and fees.
Yes. Now, because California passed it
Mm-hmm.
by law, pretty much every cruise line for every state, every country is doing the same thing where the amounts that they show you now are including port fees and taxes. But like Mel said, when you get those advertisements where they're like, 5 days to the Bahamas for $3.99, you got to look. If there's no other distinction in the email that tells you what type of room that's for, then typically it is per person at that $3.99.
Interior, most likely.
Interior room and only double occupancy. So those are the three caveats when you get those emails, is that's usually what they're going for. So if you've seen, cruise from $3.99 a person, but you got 4 people in your cabin, then that what they're quoting you is not going to be correct.
Right.
It's gonna change substantially. But that's definitely the first thing. Yeah, with those emails, usually the price they show is going to be an interior guaranteed, which means you could be in steerage, as we like to jokingly say, the very front of the ship, the very back of the ship, in an interior cabin. But you could get in an interior cabin on an upper deck and near the middle.
We've done that.
It just depends on their cabin availability when they finally assign you a room. But basically, you're trading your ability to choose where you want to go for the cheapest discounted rate. So, and not saying that this happens on a regular basis, but we have also heard in a few cases where someone with the guaranteed cabin actually did not have a cabin assigned and got bumped from the cruise because there was no cabin assigned. Very, very rare. I just want to put that out. It's very, very rare. But there have been reports of that occasionally happening. So let's see here. So with that being said, take what you see in those emails with a grain of salt. Hey, so you're going to get a balcony, but keeps where you're going to be staying. That's going to be all up to the good old people at the travel agency and the cruise ship itself, not travel agency. Sorry, I keep on seeing a little reconnecting, so hopefully our internet is still working, but we seem to be having some hit or misses here.
Oh, let me move that over here, so maybe you don't boggle down.
Move what over here? That?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. I just want to be able to chat because obviously I wouldn't have seen Kevin if I didn't have this up. So if you want to do that. Sorry, we're doing some maintenance here as well, just because the internet is acting a little squirrely.
And obviously you can't get around the port fees and the taxes. That's a must. Even if you get a free cruise.
Yes.
It's not really free. You always have to pay for port taxes and fees.
Yeah.
What is free is your base fare. So
Correct.
A lot of people don't understand. We actually had that situation like a week ago that somebody was saying, well, why do I have to pay this? I thought it was free.
Yes.
He didn't understand that.
He didn't. We were in the travel agency and they got a free cruise on the Margaritaville at sea. And for the heroes and the first responders. And he thought it was free, completely free, like everything. So this guy was a little extreme. I mean, he even thought like all of his booze and all of that, like he could literally go on the cruise and spend no money at all and do whatever he wanted. And at the travel agency, they were trying to explain, no, it's just the base fare that's free, and you've got to pay for everything else. That is not charging, so my charging cable is not going to work that way properly.
Listeners. I think I need a bigger desk.
Yeah. No. Sorry, everybody. Like I said,
Wait. You're pulling it out. The cord.
we're going to lose our sounds because the way that I had this set up was not charging my computer.
Oh.
All right. Next up, another thing that people are not really aware of a lot is that you also have your daily gratuities that have to be accounted for. So Mel had just mentioned that when we were talking about the Margaritaville at Sea scenario. So that $3.99 price, that $4.99 price, that $5.99 price, whatever you see, is not including the daily gratuities.
Mm-hmm.
And that can run anywhere from $18 per person per day to 20 something per person per day if you're in a suite. Just depends on the cruise line you're with.
Yeah, it depends on the category you're in. If you're in a
Mm-hmm.
suite, you're going to pay more gratuities because sometimes you have
It's a little bit more white glove happening there.
There's more service being provided. A lot of times, sometimes even when you have a butler, I wouldn't know, but even if you have a butler, I'm assuming that the gratuities will be high too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a personal person that's waiting on you and giving you more service. But yeah, and then obviously you can move into all the extras. The gratuities one, because technically some people don't have to add them. They could pay them at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like doing that. I like to budget for it and just get it out of the way and not worry about it. So, and then you could do your add-ons, like your drink package is a big one. If you want to do any extras like spa,
Yeah. Well,
and all that stuff. So,
but we'll break it down a little bit further. So that's absolutely correct. The thing you got to think of too, the big one is the drink package. Whew. Man, where do we even start with this? Let's just be honest.
It depends on the cruise line.
Depends on the cruise line, but the drink package on most cruise lines is just as much, if not more expensive than the cost of the actual cruise.
Depends on how much you drink. If you're going to have one drink a day, maybe two, it's not worth the drink package.
No, do it a la carte.
Yeah. Just budget your, an average of $12, maybe $12 to $15 a drink, maybe.
Yeah, 12 to 15.
Because they're going to throw a tip on it.
Yeah.
And then just times that by how many days your cruise is. But, if you drink more than, what do you think, 4, 5, 6?
Yeah. Probably around today's prices, probably around 6. If you do 6 or 7, then you're pretty much going to break even or go over. Because most drink packages run anywhere from $65 to $99 per person per day, depending on what cruise line you're looking at, if those cruise lines do deals or not. As I can speak specifically to Royal because we've gotten the drink package a few times on Royal. And, nowadays, back when we were initially doing it, it ranged between 55 and about 89 per person per day. But now the most common one, I think, is about $62.99, $63.99 if you get it on a good deal.
I think Carnival is testing a drink package right now.
They're testing the alcohol-free package.
Alcohol-free package, okay. They don't really have a drink package still then.
Yeah. Yep. And Dude Tunes Official always get the drink package, but yeah, you need to drink a decent amount. Mel and I have found as well, depends on the company we're with as to how much we actually drink.
Yes, if we're going to be with family and stuff, we don't tend to drink a lot.
Nope.
Because we're going to be doing activities with them, hanging out with them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll usually have one drink maybe at dinner at night. If we're going with friends and like not next week, the week after.
Yeah.
We are going to utilize the loot money that we did, if you will. That's their definition.
For Virgin, they call it loot money and bar tabs. But
bar tab.
Yeah, depending on where we're going and who we're going with. Like I can tell you as of right now, if we do stuff around the Caribbean or Bahamas and we're going with friends our age, then yeah, we might get the drink package, especially
If we're going to a private island.
if we're going to a private island and the drink package carries over to the private island.
Yes.
Then we will consider the drink package because we'll get our money's worth for sure. But if we're going to a new place like Alaska, we didn't get the drink package in Alaska because we were there. We didn't want to just be for schnookelled the whole time.
No.
And being ashore and doing a lot of shore excursions and being off the ship more than you're on the ship in Alaska, we wouldn't have not have gotten our money's worth for a drink package on that trip. Now, with that being said, if you're going during a holiday like New Year's, you better believe, and it was a 9-day cruise, so that drink package was not cheap. But for a New Year's cruise, we got the drink package because there were several sea days, and it was New Year's, so you're enjoying and bringing in the, and you know, you can, hey, I want a small bottle of champagne. Sure, here you go. At least during the New Year's cruise, that was something that they would bring you. Not a big bottle of champagne, like the little one that you got like 2 drinks out of.
But for the drink package, we sometimes when we don't get the drink package, we just do they have an option to do non-drinking or the non-alcohol package, which includes on some cruise lines
specialty
coffees and mocktails and freshly squeezed juices.
Orange juices and stuff like that. And so that's a way, again, it's not included, but
my computer started to restart itself.
Okay. But that's a way that you could still get, you know, if you like the premium coffees and you like, you know, bottled water, for instance, and sodas, and you can go with the refreshment package, which is much, much cheaper, and then just a la carte your booze.
Right. But since my computer's restarting, I'll let you.
Yep. But again, that's typically not included with your base cruise fare, even on Virgin. And that's what we're doing next week. A lot of things are included, you know, your sodas, your drip coffee, as they like to say, your bottled waters, all of that's included, but booze is still an upcharge. Specialty Starbucks coffee, if you will, is an upcharge, and like smoothies is an upcharge on Virgin. But everything else is included for the most part. I like to say that because, you know, there's always something that changes, I'm sure. Okay, here's another cost that in many cases is not going to be included with that base fare. Wi-Fi. The only company that I know of that includes Wi-Fi is Virgin. And it's not streaming package they include. It's like the browsing package, if you will. Because I looked into that because we ended up upgrading to get the premium.
What's the difference between a streaming package, babe, and a browsing package?
That's a good question, honey. Basically, you cannot stream Spotify. You can't go and stream YouTube. You can't live stream to YouTube. So if you're just getting basically a browse package, you're going to be able to check emails. You'll be able to get on Facebook, you know, look at websites, but you're not going to be able to actually stream audio or video. And then if you get the social media package, then you're regulated down even from that. You cannot check emails. You can't go to websites. You can only go to like WhatsApp or Snapchat or Facebook, you know, those social media specific sites you can go to, and that's it. And they cut you off on everything else. So Wi-Fi, not included in those rates. That's another, quote, hidden cost if you want to stay connected. A lot of people like to disconnect. So, you know, there you go.
And you cannot bring your own Wi-Fi.
No. We have someone that was actually in the cruising community that a lot of us might know that tested that out and found out that that's not allowed, which then got confiscated, which then made every cruise line update their banned items to say no routers of any kind allowed on the ship.
Well, technically it was allowed when he brought it.
Yes, and then they realized, oh, wait, if people do this, we're going to lose money, so now it's not allowed.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have confiscated it. There was no reason to.
Yep. Welcome in, Mike. I would play your sound, but I had to give it up so I could
Charges.
charge my computer. All right. Next up, specialty dining. So you're going to have a lot of things that are included in that fare that you see, but nowadays most lines have, for lack of a different way to make it crystal clear, downgraded the quality of the free food. And what is now premium used to be what the regular free food tasted like, in all honesty, based on how long we've been cruising.
I just think
For the most part.
I just think we've gotten pickier.
Mm,
I think that's my
Maybe.
opinion, and I think I realized that on the Carnival Vista when we went this past summer. That was also the first time we cruised on Carnival in a long time too.
in like 5 years or so.
Yeah, so I think
4 years.
we've just gotten a little bit
Snootier.
snootier. Sorry.
But the specialty dining, steakhouses, Italian places, Japanese hibachi, sushi, a lot of that's going to be an additional cost that you might not see or know about if you're a first-time cruiser until you get on the ship and you try to go to it and you're like, wait a second, I thought everything was included. Why do I have to pay $60 to go eat here?
Right.
So again, that's another hidden cost, if you will, with going in the cruising is all that specialty dining. With the exception of some of the cruise lines.
Right.
Virgin. I know I'm talking a lot about Virgin, but we're going to experience that for the first time in just over a week.
They do not have any. Well, they have all specialties, but they're
Yeah.
all included.
Everything, all the food's included, regardless of where you're
Yeah.
getting it. With, I want to say, maybe the small exception of some of the breakfast pastries. I'd have to double check, but I think some of their upgraded breakfast
will let you guys
pastries
know.
in their specialty
That makes
coffee
no
area
sense.
might cost something, but I'd have to look. Again, but most other lines, you're going to have a slight upcharge. So.
Spas. I mean, that's the obvious.
Yeah.
They provide. So even the thermal suites,
Mhm.
unless you get a spa room, you can usually get in the thermal suite area for free,
Mhm.
but not like you need the service. It's like the massages and the manicures, pedicures, and all that stuff. But if they have like a thermal area, you can get into there.
Welcome in, TN John. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hey, welcome in, Liz. Thanks for coming in.
Hey.
But yeah, and that's a good thing to remember as well, because if you book a spa room, whether it's an interior, we did the interior on the Vista, or a balcony or a window, you're going to be paying more for your base fare anyway. So it's kind of already built into what you're paying to get into that thermal suite.
But
area.
we did that because we had a lot of sea days, so we decided to do a spa room.
We had 4 sea days.
Yeah, we did.
It was amazing. And boy, did we use the absolute ever-loving heck out of the spa.
It wasn't a very big spa, but it was not
nice.
very crowded either.
No, it wasn't. The thermals, and we spent most of our time on those heated tiled benches, just reading a book or whatever, looking out at the ocean, with an occasional run into the aromatherapy steam room.
There's one other thing that is becoming more popular, I would say in the last decade, is the exclusive areas that you have to pay for extra for. Like,
Yes.
for example, on Carnival, it would be the Havana area.
Mm-hmm.
On Royal, it would be
Well, if you're in a suite, you have
your suite area.
the suite areas as well, on decks and stuff like that.
Right.
Some of the other areas on Carnival are on like the Excel class, where they have the cabanas, deck 19,
Yep.
loft 19. So there are a little more spaces that would be an upcharge for you to basically reserve a spot to have on deck the entire time.
So, but these are like exclusive areas. So if you get this particular type of room, you usually have almost an exclusive area just dedicated for your space.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I say Carnival, but Carnival has a good example where they have these Havana rooms where they have this area that you can walk out, that you have your private hot tub right there, and you have your own bar, and your own space and your own little deck space right there.
Yep. It's like a shared community that might have
Yeah.
20 cabins or so that end up sharing like a big balcony, if you will.
Yeah. And then Celebrity has same concept too.
Mm-hmm.
That we just learned about this week.
Yes. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that craziness another time. All right. So another thing are hidden costs, if you will. Shore excursions. Depending on what cruise line you go on.
Hidden, but I think people forget.
Yeah. 99% of the cruise lines, you have the shore excursions that you have to pay for if you're going to do something. Actually, before we move on, yes, those up north probably want a thermal area with the hot tubs and saunas and steam roofs.
Yeah. We actually we have the possibility of getting snow flurries here in Central Florida
for the first time since 1977.
Yeah, so we have a very small chance this weekend. We'll see.
What are the odds of this too? They are setting up an outdoor ice hockey arena for a Tampa Bay Lightning game at Raymond James Stadium on the day that there potentially could be snow flurries.
I didn't know. I didn't put those together.
Yep.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, not hidden fees, but extra costs. Again, the price you see, that's really what all this is about. The price you see on that paper is not always what you're going to end up paying.
I mean, you don't have to pay for any of this stuff.
Yeah.
You can go at the lowest price if you want possible, but you just got to make sure that you bring lots of entertainment yourself, because you're not going to be able to do shore excursions. You're not going to have coffee. You're not going to have all the little extras.
Yep.
Snow.
Oh. Snow. If Rob from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel were here, then he would be sending us the Pulp Fiction Nastygram. Say snow one more time.
Snowy.
Winter confetti, as we have dubbed it in the morning show.
Soap. That's the Florida snow, the soap.
Yeah. All right. So what are some other fees that might hit you? Shopping.
I forgot about that. But that was a great short. And you're like, you're dish shopping. I was like, that's food. That doesn't count.
Yep.
And that's true. It doesn't count. But yeah, you obviously, if you want to go to all these new ports, you want to bring shopping money.
Yep. So that's something else to budget. Again, above and beyond.
I know some of these are obvious, but if like I was talking to a girl today who's never cruised in her life, and she wants all of this information. So I was like, we really should just talk basic 101. Like, there's a lot of people have never cruised that are starting to cruise in the last several years, and they just don't know.
Mm-hmm. So before we do this other one that's not included in the cruise fare is all, I want to pop down to this one here. This one's a good example, because we actually lost two sales. No, we lost one sale because of this specific reason. So
it depends on the cruise line.
Depends on the cruise line. Everything we're talking about today depends on the cruise line. What we're just trying to do is spread that awareness so you can pay attention when you go book, to take a look at some of these things and see the cruise line and what of this you're going to see an effect for. This one is specific to Norwegian, not picking them out as saying, hey, they're crappy or anything like that, but it's the one that we see with Norwegian. And that has to do with free drink packages. Just like the free cruises that you're getting either as a travel agent or, Margaritaville at Sea for first responders and military, it's the base cost that is free. And you still have to pay taxes and gratuities on that free amount. So we actually lost a sale because there was a deal going on with Norwegian where you booked the cruise, you got a free drink package. And when we went to go check out, they added the gratuities for the drink package and the specialty dining package on there. And the clients were like, wait a second. That's now, $600 more. It was supposed to be free. You need to waive that. It was like, well, no, you did get the base package for free, but you have to pay taxes and gratuities on that base package. And it became the whole, well, I'm already paying gratuities because I have to pay $18 a day. It's like, that's on the cruise gratuities for your room steward, your main dining room
Yeah,
staff.
your drinks are always going to carry their own gratuities.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what cruise line, they're
Mhm.
always going to have a gratuity on it.
Mhm.
Even if you don't get the drink package, they're going to bring you a receipt to sign that has added gratuities on it.
Yep.
And there's a line to add more gratuities, so be careful that you don't sit there and do additional if you don't want to.
Yep. And that's the other thing. Yeah. Gratuities are always automatically included at whatever, 18% or whatever. And there's an additional tip line there.
Spa too. Check your spa package too. Like if you
Yes.
go sign for a service, they will go ahead and put the gratuities in there.
Mhm.
Now you're welcome to obviously tip above that.
Mhm.
That's up to you.
And we usually do if we get excellent service. Like
We always
over
do
the
in
moon.
cash though.
Yeah.
We always
So-
bring cash, and if somebody's taking care of us, we usually tip through the week because we want to kind of build a relationship that way, not just have it at the end.
Yep. Absolutely. Free Wi-Fi. So let's talk about that. A lot of times the free Wi-Fi is not going to be the premium package, depending on what cruise line you're on. I found that out actually because I made sure this time that I was really paying attention with Virgin.
MSC just opened your eyes up to so much that
Yes.
we are now reading the fine print like crazy every time we get on a new ship
Yep.
or
Yep.
a new cruise line.
Which is probably what
We should
any
have done.
good person would do. And I had someone, so if you're watching, whoever troll you were, that said we were the most bumbling, unorganized, lack of doing research, wannabe cruise vlog travelers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he went on and I finally just deleted the whole thing. But yes, we're being better, but you know what? You're only human. Even,
Sometimes we'd
so-
like just to give a real experience and just go
Mhm.
for it and not actually do any research.
right?
We've done that with the Margaritaville recently, and we did that with the MSC.
Yep. We're not doing that too much with the Virgin though.
Well, the version, almost everything's included. We're just going in there to see
Yes.
what is not included.
So back to that.
Okay.
Yes, your Virgin basic package with the free Wi-Fi is again the browsing Wi-Fi. So you can browse, you can check emails, you can do social media packages and all that stuff. But it's not a streaming premium. You have to get the premium for that. So, and here's a hint too, at least for right now, if you pre-book a premium package, you get a 2-for-1. So instead of getting one device that has the premium package, if you book it before you go, I was able to get 2, which now means Mel can use one of mine, I can use one of mine,
Right.
and we can both have the full streaming services and packages.
If you pre-book before you get on the cruise, most of the time it's going to be cheaper, or you can get it on sale.
Yeah. Right. I agree, Liz. It's like, people just love to be trolls and be nasty. And I did like a sarcastic, snooty kind of response about, hey, we're all human. Yeah, so that was one snarky one. And
Was
the
it
other
the same guy who told us that, hey, you guys didn't get in the yacht club?
Yeah, there's another one that we said it was a highlight tour, and it specifically talked about highlight tour of the most common areas. And he went on about we're a bunch of liars. This isn't a full tour. And I'm like, nowhere in there does it ever say that it was a full tour. It specifically says a highlight tour. He's like, you didn't even show the yacht club, you poor trash, and you call yourselves blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'm not. Delete. I'm not dealing
Yeah,
with
we
you.
don't deal with stupid people.
I don't deal with stupid. It's my channel.
Anyway, we're
Anyway,
just random.
sorry. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
I need a little squirrel picture like we do for Cheryl. Do I have a scrolling in here? Do I have?
It's fine, baby. It's fine. Go ahead and
No, I don't have. Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
Look at that face. She's like, Mommy, Daddy, I have a squirrel. I did my job.
every blind what I say, a blind dog gets a
Blind
nut.
can get a nut. Yeah. Kids sell free. Same thing. Same concept. Their base fare is free. Gratuities and taxes are not. So these are a lot of things that might look like they're free, but there's always a caveat somewhere that there's some aspect of it you're still going to be responsible for.
Well, even for free, even if it was like second person 60% off or 80% off or whatever percent off, gratuity still.
Yep. All right. Now, as we are coming into the home stretch, let's talk about fees that those who are not awesome and live in a state that has 5 cruise ports within a 4.5 hour
Hold
drive.
on. I got one more thing to say before I forget, and then I got to take PTO.
Okay.
So you, as us, as a travel agent, we do not add any extra money to a cruise fare, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know if people know that. So when you go through a cruise or a travel agent, we don't get charged extra and put it on your fees. The cruise line pays us directly. I'm just trying to say that there's not an extra fee or extra expense going through a travel agent.
Yep. And Barry's right. Kids are not free. They definitely take a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the misconceptions too. And another misconception is you're a travel agent. You can get me a better deal than the cruise line.
Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't.
Yeah. It's all, let's be honest, like magicians, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Sometimes we know how to play the game to make it cheaper for you guys, but sometimes we have the resources to look in a lot of places to see, but
yeah,
sometimes we can't, to be honest.
Yep. And depending on it, a lot of things that you might see are because there are groups that usually are taken out at travel agencies, and they're usually taken out right when the rates drop. So it looks like you're saying, oh, this company saved me like $400. Well, it might be that the cruise is 6 months away and they saved rooms at a rate 1.5 years out.
Right.
And so, yes, they're saving you money because they're able to put you in a group that the agency has that also might come with onboard credits and things like that. So, yes, travel agents can, in some cases, save you money for sure. Absolutely. But it's not a guarantee that, hey, I see this rate and I'm just going to go to my travel agent and they'll get me a better deal. Depends on if there were groups taken out or other things for that same sailing. So, right. But that's the advantage of going to a travel agent because you might be able to get that stuff.
Because we, not only that, sorry, we have another scroll moment.
Oh, do we?
We can watch fares for you, and when they drop, we can submit and get, oh my gosh, we can get a cheaper fare for you or get you an onboard credit. So we would watch the fares for you.
Yeah. But in the end, that's what it boils down to. Those out there, you're not getting any kind of additional surcharge for coming through a travel agent. It's all split commission behind the scenes between what the cruise line would make, and then they pass off that commission to the travel agent as well on certain percentages. So in the end, it's all the same for you.
All right, I got to take PT out real quick. I'll be right back.
Welcome in, James. Welcome in. All right. So what are some of the final prices you need to consider with cruising? As I was starting to say, if you're not in a city or a state that has a cruise port near you, you got to figure in travel. So you're going to have to figure in getting on a train to go somewhere, getting on a plane to fly somewhere. Do you need to fly in early? Well, now if you're booking through Norwegian Cruise Line and you're bundling your airfare through their program, yeah, you're going to have to fly in a day early. So now you're going to have to figure that additional cost for a hotel room. You know, you have to also consider if you are going to be coming in a day early, what's the additional cost for food that you have to budget, depending on what you're going to do, what hotel you're staying at. Do they have, continental breakfast or not? So you're going to have to figure that into the thought process as well. Sorry, another squirrel moment here. What has Liz got? So plane tickets to Alaska? Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, though, to Seattle. Yeah, they absolutely can. And so I know that's what makes sometimes that traveling much harder on those who are not in a state where they can just drive. Because the thought and not the thought, but the costs that Mel and I always have to include, if we're not going out of Tampa where we can have a friend or a family take us down there, we still have to figure in a couple of extra $100 worth of fees for parking and for tolls, because we've got to go through the Skyway and go through Alligator Alley most times. And so it's not the end of the world, but, it's another $6 or $7 each way in tolls, plus an extra, $100 to $180 to park, depending on what port we're going to. I mean, hell, if you go out of MSC's terminal, their new terminal in Miami, it is $35 per night to park in their parking deck where the World America docks. So it's not cheap. It is not cheap.
Parking?
Yes.
Port Canaveral's going up in price too.
Yep. So Tia said we flew in 3 day early to New Orleans for the cruise and made 2 vacations into one. Yeah.
Done that.
We did that for Seattle. I think we flew in 2.5 days early.
We did that Seattle, and we did that New York.
Mm-hmm. We did.
I had so much fun in Seattle. Anytime you go that way, up for Alaska, it's worth spending at least, what do you say, 1-2 days in Seattle? At least 2 days.
2 days if you want to see a lot, but if you want to do a whirlwind like we did, 1 day. But I probably would have been better to do that 2 days. Barry's saying if you can't drive to the port, he's hesitant to book it. Yeah. And that's another thing, if you're flying in, you've got weight limits to think about. Mel and I, man, we could stuff our bags like there's no tomorrow, be 60-something pounds and lug that crap into our truck and then just tell the porter, hey, here's an extra 10. This is going to be heavy as hell.
We recently, actually just last night, we bought smaller bags because we have a new mode of transportation that we're trying out that you guys will have to see the video for coming out soon.
That's right. Welcome in, squirrels. We appreciate you coming in tonight.
Squirrel.
Yeah, Liz, I agree. When we got there and we did the World America ship tour first. And we parked in that parking deck, but luckily we ended up getting complimentary since we were there to work as a travel agent. But I saw it, I was like, oh my God, honey, this is $35 a day. It's like, we're going to have to seriously consider our options coming down here to park here. So, yeah, there you go again, $168 at the local airport for 11 days. Yes, and you're right, Barry. Port Canaveral is bumping up because they're actually expanding and adding more parking decks versus just surface lots. So it's causing kind of a big craziness right now because some of the major lots are being closed and they're having to shuttle people from temporary off, port parking sites by bus to get them there. So it'll be nice once it's done, but it's going to be a nightmare while they're going through that upgrade.
Yeah, it can't be any worse than Miami, though. Nothing is worse than Miami.
Yes, Eddie, if you park at that World America terminal that we went to, it is $35 a night for you to park there.
Yes, the brand new parking deck.
Yep, that brand new MSC parking deck next to the Icon dock. $35 a night.
Oh, it's a nice parking deck, to be sure.
Small. Our truck, we have a 2017 F-150 Lariat. Parking in the parking space, our tires on both sides were in the middle of the white line. No one could park on either side of us.
Yeah, they're definitely were looking for quantity instead of quality there.
Yeah. And they do have the little counters too that tell you how many parking decks were available and the little red light, green light if you park under it. So, I mean, it's high tech. But those spots, at least in the MSC terminal, are very small.
That's where your $35 is going to.
Yep.
Pay for all that fancy stuff.
So Barry's saying, Boston, you need more than a day, yeah, to see stuff there. And Liz says they don't mind parking in Miami. Most of the other lots, I would agree. I think they run like they were $20 to $25
We
per
had some
day.
people park at a hotel down in Miami, and it did not work out for them because their car got broken into. So I will
Yeah.
never, ever park at a hotel. I will always park in the parking decks at the terminal now.
Oh, wow. Oh, Barry says Royal has now gone up to 35 as well. Because I was going to say, I thought Royals was like 25 or 30, but I guess they bumped it up as well.
We haven't been out of that one in a while.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a new terminal going down there. That's why.
Yeah. Liz is saying that if you got a casino deal, sometimes they'll reimburse you for parking. So that's cool.
That's actually good to know. I didn't know that. We're not cool like that.
No, that's because every time I try to gamble, I lose, and it's like I should just buy a new cruise because I'm losing enough to I should have just purchased it. It would have been cheaper.
He has a good point too.
Yeah, some dude just fly in. Yeah. Oh yeah, the dog boarding, definitely another.
We're lucky we don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that.
Yeah, we got usually when we go somewhere, one of the two sets of parents don't, and they agree to watch the little four-legged flea demon. So, oh yeah, you might have to, but yeah, because it is definitely $35, 35 schmackaroolies.
Well, we have an alternative if you want going into Miami.
Yep.
It's not $35 a day, but it's $20 a day.
Well,
Plus,
but the cost to get down there on the train outweighs more than likely the cost of just a hotel if they get a cheap hotel
Yeah.
or if they're driving in that day.
yeah.
Yes, and you're right. That's what the parking deck feels like. Is it's designed for those European smaller cars, not the big he-mama.
Yeah, I actually took out one of my mirrors trying to go around the curve just to get out.
To get out of the parking deck. It's so narrow. So we remembered when we went the last time, we folded the mirrors in so we could get out through the pay things because it was so narrow getting out there. Yeah, now we have those extendable ones for like hauling.
Yeah, I
RVs
call them
and
the
stuff.
wings.
So, but that's definitely again another thing to include. Transfers from a hotel. Sometimes hotels will offer the transfer for free. Sometimes they don't. So that's an additional cost you've got to think about as well.
Did you tell me about NCL's new rule?
Yes, we did. We talked about that briefly.
Oh, sorry, I was
taking out Peachy.
Taking out Peachy.
One of the other things to consider on costs, it's optional, but it's still a cost if you're looking at it, and that's travel insurance.
Oh, that's a big thing.
So depending on where you're going, if they include flights and things like that, travel insurance to cover the cost.
We've actually used ours before too.
Yep. We've only used it once, but it was like after the fact that I realized it. And I was like, yes, we're going to be able to get like this $500 back that we had to spend for food and lodging and stuff like that when our flights got canceled because of weather. Travel insurance, though, also has some additional costs that can vary. For instance, if you book through the cruise lines, most of their stuff is going to cover the cruise. It's not going to cover hotels, shore excursions, things like that, unless it's built into their overall package. Some of the third-party companies, if you just put in your cruise fare, that's one cost, but if you want your hotel covered, if you want your airfare covered, as you enter the cost that you paid for those, your cost of travel insurance is going to go up as well. So it's dynamic is the best way to say it. Yeah, we've started doing that on like 99.9% of our cruises, especially if it includes some sort of air travel.
Yeah, if we're gonna fly or we have an ocean to cover, then we're definitely getting insurance.
Yep. And Eddie said that they do the yearly one. Yep. And I was looking at that too. There's a lot of caveats with the yearly plan versus an individual plan. It depends on how frequently you're going to travel and certain costs that max out on each one for the yearly plan. So there's a lot of moving parts to have to digest to figure out which one's the best for you. Barry says that he goes out of Miami. Yep, and actually, that's what Mel and I just started doing.
Yeah, we have a whole story about this past weekend where it took us 2 hours to go 2 miles in an Uber because of.
You know what? We're going to save this story for the last Thursday in February. We didn't have a topic for it for that last Thursday.
We're going to talk about the Brightline.
Now we do. We're going to talk about the Brightline and our whirlwind crazy ass experience going to do the Celebrity Beyond tour last weekend.
Yeah, and it was not Brightline. It was not Uber's fault. And it was, I'll tell you whose fault it is.
It was the second Uber driver's fault for making us walk a half a mile. But anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, we'll tell you all about it. So come back the last Thursday in February. On that show, we're going to tell you about Brightline as well as that fiasco trip. So looks like Tia does a yearly as well, and Eddie does. They do a yearly plan as well.
Yeah, we thought about it, especially if you do more than one cruise. I think it'd be worth it.
Yep. Night, Eddie. Night.
Yeah, we're about to sign off here too. It's about 8 o'clock actually.
Yep, almost. Yeah, I know the port has no saying on what's going on in the city around, but yeah, that was an insane experience. But yeah, so in the end, hopefully you guys learned a little something about.
It was the basic 101, but I just don't think people talk about it enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just trying to educate someone today that I'm trying to sell a cruise to that she's never cruised before, and she's just asking me all kinds of questions. So
yep. Welcome in, Will. Welcome in.
Hey, Will G.
But yeah, we thought this would be a good topic to just point out those that are obvious to seasoned travelers, but not so much to new cruisers. So I'm just trying to open your eyes on that overall cost and package. But
I still think cruising is amazing value. So
I do too.
You can make it as expensive or cheap as you want and still have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, with that being said, you got anything else that?
Don't forget next Thursday.
Yes. Next Thursday, we have my
same time, same place.
Same time. It'll be here. Virtual birthday party. I'll probably throw in a link to like the usual suspects and some of those others that if anybody does want to pop up for a hot second to do anything, then you can.
Don't plan anything. I'm planning things. You could put that out there and advertise it, but
I'm not going to do anything. If you want to know anything, talk to Mel.
Okay.
All right, guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next Thursday for my birthday, and we will see you next time on
the Scenic Route.
Bye, everybody.